Hey, how you doing? Scotty from Scott's Bass Lessons. Hope you're well. I've got something super cool for you this week. We have just done a really cool interview with Zoltan Dekany for the SBL Academy. If you haven't been to Scott's Bass Lessons Academy and checked it out yet, make sure you do so. We've got a ton of courses and live hangs with me, but we've also got loads of interviews with guys like Zoltan. We've got Ed Friedland, Sheree Reed, Stuart Clayton, Joe Hubbard. Really cool. And these interviews are like an hour long, so it's really getting stuck in depth into the education behind bass. What they're thinking about when they're playing. And I wanted to show you this really cool clip with Zoltan Dekany. Now Zoltan is he's one of my best bass playing buddies, and he also happened to be a great bass player as well. He's originally from Hungary, but ended up I'll let him tell the story in the interview, but he ended up going to the States. He studied with Charlie Haden at Cal Arts. He studied with Jeff Berlin. In fact, Jeff Berlin ended up writing an article about Zoltan, and that was put in Bass Player magazine. So he's a real cool cat, great upright player, great electric player. You've got to check him out, check his stuff out. And this interview as well isn't me doing the interview. It's one of the Scott's Bass Lessons team. In fact, he's an integral part of the team. This is his first. This is the first time you'll have seen him on YouTube, or first time you'll have seen him under the Scott's Bass Lessons channel. Anyway, you might have seen him on another channel. Some of you might have heard of a cool bass channel called Discover Double Bass. For you double bass players out there, you should check that out. His name's Jeff Chalmers. He's a super cool guy, and anyway, I'll let you check out this interview. So take it easy, and I'll see you in the shed.
That's something I learned by watching John Patitucci play.
Oh yeah.
When I lived in LA, I saw him several times. At a couple of different places and all that. Saw him with Chick Corea a couple of times. And,
oh wow.
And John would leave like a whole chorus out. I kind of teach this at the college, or to anybody, is that when you play a lot, it's good to have the what would we call them, the eighth notes or the quavers.
Yeah.
So it's good to have that in your head because it gives you the harmonic rhythm. How the chords go by, where they stop, where they end, and all that. So that's very important to know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can really get lost very quickly. But when you start to get that, in different tunes, and you start to get that kind of thing together, then it's like the turntable. You can have your ideas going on in your head. You don't have to play all of them out. Jeff Berlin used to say, he says, hey, broccoli is good for you, but, if a lot of broccoli is maybe not that good for you. You don't want to eat broccoli all day. It's same with solos, so, yeah, that kind of thing, that it's like maybe sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
And it's like Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie, man. I mean, Charlie Haden would express a feeling of any kind with 3 or 4 notes, and he'd grab your heart and he'd just tear it out of your body, and it would be with him, and then you'd be that's it. You would be just listening to Charlie, and the world just disappeared.
Yeah, that connection that you get.
Exactly.
That everyone's talking about all the time about like connecting with people in the audience, and as you say, you're so focused on what they're doing.
Yeah. And
brilliant.
what I realized, and it's all by experience, it's all by playing. It's all. I had several ways to study or becoming a musician. I went to college, I went to university, went to Cal Arts. So I had that, and then I had the University of the Bass. The University of the Bandstand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The College of the Bandstand, and that was just as much as all the universities all together, if not more. Because it's the bandstand with. I always try to play with better musicians than I was, with older musicians, more experienced musicians, and luckily I found people in they took me under their wings, and so we started playing with people in Austria and in LA, here in the UK, and experiencing things, playing and saying, oh, maybe that doesn't really work that well, maybe that works better, and through that experience, which is I'm talking years, on. Comes the fact that you start to be able to play like a nice melodic phrase, nice melodies, because you practice, your notes and all that. And I started to realize how much more power they have. Then if I just stand there and go play scales and all this fast stuff that I could play because I could, because I sat on my bum and practiced at home, but then what's the point of that? It's now, I mean, I'm getting, what am I, 125, 126 years old. So I'm now getting to the point where I really just really try to play the essence of what I want to say musically. Just really boil it down to, that's what I really want to play. I don't need to play another scale because it's in the way, or another fast line, or you can do that as well. If you put them in the right place, you can play fast. There's nothing wrong with playing fast, but not just for the fact, oh, look at me, I'm playing fast. That's not the reason. If they have their place, it's good.
No, so